Ludowici Trading Post. Airplane prop over there. This is a pretty neat place here. This is where I have my antique booth, is in this place. This is in southeast Georgia. But this front room's this guy that owns the place. He goes up to Amish country and buys a lot of primitive stuff and brings it back. There's a bunch of neat stuff here. He goes about once a month, I guess, or every other month. And gets a lot of stuff. And I was just showing everybody this place. I really weren't shopping for anything. I didn't buy anything here, but I have bought a lot from him over the years. That's a pretty neat stove. He gets a lot of antique furniture up there. Somewhere in Indiana, I think, is where he goes. It's a tin boat. Toy, bunch of hand saws right there. It's a pretty cool holder that they're in. I bought a lot of them hand saws over the years, buy them for $1 or $2, and just take the screws out and sell them. Sell just the brass. If they're brass, I get $15 a set. But I haven't bought any in a while, but I used to buy a lot of them and sell them. A nice old piece of furniture, or a piano, I guess. Or some kind of cooker. Old boat motor there. That's an old one. And there's one of them chicken waters I've ever seen. That's just the top. And them, I need to look them up. Them may be valuable. They're paper label Sunkist soda bottles. Paper labels are hard to find. They got destroyed most of the time, the paper labels on them. And that thing right there is all bronze. And that thing, you can tell him what it's worth. He's been trying to sell it, but he's trying to find the right person to tell him what it's worth. It's about 6 foot tall. Bronze. I've sold a lot of them kind of bags over the years. Some of them bring good money, according to what town they're from. If they got a town on them, or the writing on the front's pretty. Old military pouch. I cut out the noise in here. There was him and some people were talking. That's an old decoy right there. I've sold a bunch of them over the years. Some of them bring big money, them duck decoys. But I cut the sound out because him and 2 other people was right there talking real loud. In this booth here, this guy, I bought a lighter, a Pepsi lighter from him one time out of this booth for $25 and sold it for $85. That was a good flip. That's an old washing machine plunger there, clothes plunger. I used to buy and sell a lot of clocks, but I don't mess with them much no more. It takes a lot of time to ship them. If I get them real cheap, I'll buy them. I'd like to go up there with this guy one time to Amish country. He lives with them when he goes up there. He's friends with them. That right there is a big copper kettle. It must be 20 gallons or 25, maybe 30. There's the big old line in the man's bronze. But this whole first room's that man's, all his stuff. And he's got stuff scattered throughout the rest of the antique mall. But that bellow right there, I've never seen a bellow so big. That thing's on wheels. I'm not sure what they would use that big old bellow for. That thing, I've never seen one that big. It's huge. It must be 4 foot long, 4 or 5 feet long. And it's on wheels. And that stove right there, that's got a trunk on top of it. Couldn't really get a good look at it. I'm not sure how many booths are in this mall. I didn't count them. And I'm not sure what this piece was. I saw the price tag on it. It's $500. Must be something rare. It was some kind of tool. And I'm just walking through each booth looking. I didn't look at every booth. Some of them booths in there don't have the kind of stuff I like, but I reckon these videos ain't about what I like. That's a cool looking ashtray right there. They had it priced, it was high priced, but man, that was a cool looking ashtray. Mash door. This booth right here is pretty cool. This guy's got a lot of nice stuff in his booth. Got a lot of mounted animals. But that was a pretty cool wood heater. It was priced good too, $500, but it's a cool looking one. That's a cool looking axe too. $100. And that's a wooden sled. He's got it made into like a shelf on the way he's got it sitting there, and a glass piece on top. And stuff all around it. This guy, I see this, these mounted animals move in and out of here, so he must be selling them. And they all bring a bunch of money. That's $700 and something for that one. And that's a bear rug with the head. I don't know if I saw a price tag on that or not. Alligator head, $400. That's a big one. There's another bear head. There's a white bear or light brown right there. $650. I'll have to remember that if I ever go to an estate sale and I see any bears for sale. This booth here has a lot of vintage glassware, dishes, and some bottles. There's some enamelware. I've tried to slow my camera down some. I've had a lot of people tell me to slow down, so. thought he was bronze, but he's just bronze colored. He's not bronze. This is my booth right here. I got that whole tree for $30 at a state sale. That's a grits mill. And there's my chicken waters. Some pretty cool watering, galvanized watering buckets. I sell a lot of bottles at this place. That's a big old, about a 4-foot dough bowl. I sell a lot of bottles and a lot of jars and a lot of cast iron at this place. I just put all that stuff in there. That's why I videoed there, because I went and stocked my booth back up. $125 for that grits mill. It works good. I reckon if I found me an old wooden box and mounted it to it, it probably would help it sell. This guy sells a good bit of these antique bicycles in here. I've seen a bunch of them come and go through that booth. That's a Swin. It's cool looking. I didn't know they had headlights on them back in the day. That's what that is, a headlight there. Right on top of the fender on the front. Don't that tricycle look cool right there? It's got to be from the 50s. Just that style, that look of it. Looks like a hot rod tricycle. It's pretty cool looking to me. Pretty cool old tools. This here's one of them Hutchison soda bottle stopper drums. I guess them stoppers come in that. He was asking $45 for it. And I picked it up trying to see if I could find what company they were from. I thought it said New Grape on it, but I couldn't hardly make it out. It's pretty cool, Hutchison stopper drum. I saw this thing on the bottom shelf there. It just looked odd. I don't know what that thing is. I picked it up and looked at it. Don't have a clue what that was. It might say on the tag there. Oval frying pan. This booth has some pretty cool stuff. Old perfume bottles. I've sold quite a few of them over the years, different ones. Salt and pepper shakers. A lot of glass in this booth. I like glass. That right there is a flower frog, a flower arrangement. I sold a lot of different flower frogs. I've never seen one quite like that. When it's got them little holes in it, that's a flower frog for flower arrangements. That was a cool one there. I've never seen one like that. Little ceramic figurines. I was looking at that old lock there. I've sold a bunch of old locks over the years. And some of them bring a bunch of money. Some of the old railroad locks I've sold for several $100s a piece. Those cool little table and chairs. And I've sold a lot of them little stools, them little footstools. People buy them. I've sold them on eBay and shipped them. That's all money, or not all money, money and jewelry, silver, different types of coins. I bought a few bottles out of this booth over the years. When I go over there and stock up my antique booth, usually if I got time, I'll walk through real quick, just see if I see something I can make money on. I had to check them bottles out. Make sure they weren't something there I needed. Pretty set of antlers, how they come almost back together. I used to have that booth right there also, but I moved out of it. I just got one now. I had two. I was looking at them pins, hat pins. That bracelet or whatever that thing is right there, it said it was silver. And if that's real silver, I should have looked at it close because it was cheap. It was $20. It says silver on it. But I'm not sure if it's silver or just silver colored on that bracelet right there. If it's real silver, I can make money on it. And this is back in the guy that owns the place's booth. I shot just a little bit more in here. It's a cool looking chair there in the corner. When he comes back and unloads, he's been back for about 2 weeks, I guess. You can't even hardly walk in there. He has so much stuff, but he has a lot of dealers that comes and buys it whenever he gets back with it. He'll sell about half of it in a week. And sometimes I go over there. He calls me when he's coming home. I'll go over there, but it's a free for all. There's a lot of people pulling stuff, buying stuff. A lot of that copper cookware and pans. Copper fire extinguisher. And them set of scales right there, they pretty cool. I like the way them old scales look. Water boiler. And I went out and looked at this. He had two of them. He sells a bunch of them Amish buggies. He always brings one back when he comes, one or two, and he sells them. This Amish buggy here got a rear view mirror. They use them up there. It's got nice seats, glove box. It's a two-seater. Them windows open up there too. He's always got an Amish buggy up there for sale. This is a pretty cool place. If you're ever in Ludowici, Georgia, stop by and check him out. I want to thank everybody for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share these videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.